Database technology makes it possible to track customer transactions and actions, not surprisingly, particularly on the internet, where it's really done pretty much real time, which is why those of you, and I'm sure pretty much all of you, have found yourself shopping for something online. Maybe you didn't buy it, you put it in your shopping bag or in your cart, but you didn't purchase it. And very quickly you'll find that item following you around the internet because of transactions that happen very, very quickly between that website's data, purchase data and tracking data on you and other people they're making that data available to. We want to talk now about lifetime value, LTV, because it is the proper way to look at any customer. And LTV very, very simply, and this is an equation that you're going to need to know, and you're going to need to be able to use it. The present value of the profit per average transaction times the number of transactions per year for any one customer times 3 years. So lifetime seems like it ought to be longer than 3 years for most of us. But for conservatism and just for a fair kind of way to do it, I mean, it can't be infinite. It can't be 20 years, can't be 5 years. It's 3 years. That's the generally accepted time on it. So it's the profit. It's not everything they spend. It's whatever profit you made on the transaction. How much profit do you make per year for the customer times 3? And for year 2 and year 3, those are profits that are going to be made in the future. You don't have them in your pocket right now. And money in the future is worth less than money you have right now. That's just a financial fact, and that's called present value and future value. And we're actually going to get into present value and compound interest and future value a little bit here. And it's important for you to understand this concept as business people. It's important for you to understand this concept just as people trying to get through life, because this will affect your mortgage, when and if you should buy a house or a property or a co-op. It'll also affect your savings, say, for retirement. And the fact of the matter is, money you put away when you're young and leave there continues earning interest, and then you earn interest on the interest, and this goes on over a period of years, and you'll find that an amount like $10,000 after 30 years of compound interest, it's called, could be worth several $100,000. So that's an important lesson for you folks to learn. This is the fancy equation for present value. PV, which is present value, equals future value divided by 1 plus R to the N. R meaning the interest rate, N meaning the number of years in the future. So as it turns out, the present value of getting a sum of money in 4 years, getting $4,000 in 4 years. So in 2022, someone is going to pay you $4,000. That $4,000 is not worth as much as having $4,000 today, because you lose all the interest. You lose all the compound interest of being able to have that $4,000 now and getting 4,000 years of interest on it, or 4 years of interest on it. So we're saying the interest rate is 10%, and if you plug that into this equation, you'll find that the present value of $4,000 in 4 years with a 10% interest rate that you're losing is $2,732.05. Now, this also means that if you invest $2,732.05 right now, in 4 years, it will be worth $4,000 if the interest rate is 10%, which these days is a pretty high interest rate. Now, doing these calculations, you can't just do it on any calculator, folks. You'll need a business calculator. It's what we used to have when I was in business school. You'll need to go online, alternatively, which is what I think probably most of you will do. And you need to find a compound interest calculator where you can put in a future value, and you can put in an interest rate, you can put in the number of periods, the number of years, and it will calculate the present value for you. And you're going to need to do that, hint, 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 for the quiz, which you'll be taking at the end of this lecture to enable you to get to the next level. Now, let us stop, and we are going to watch a 4-minute video explaining present value to you.